In the intricate mythology of ancient Greece, where gods wield thunder and heroes challenge the impossible, there exists a force more powerful than any deity, the Moirai, or Fates. These three sisters are the architects of destiny, spinning, measuring, and cutting the threads of life itself. But just how powerful were they? Could even the gods escape their grasp? In this video, we'll explore the myths of the Moirai and the stories of those who dared to challenge fate, only to find that mortals and heroes struggled to alter what had already been woven. According to the most common belief, the three sisters were daughters of Nyx, the primordial goddess of night. However, Hesiod also suggests that they could be the children of Zeus and Themis. Regardless of their origin, each of them had a unique role in shaping the inevitable. Clotho, the spinner, draws the thread from her distaff, bringing each life into existence. Lachesis, the measurer, determines its length and course, deciding the twists and turns of fate. Atropos, the unyielding, wields her shears, cutting the thread when time has run out. Their power was absolute. Even the mightiest kings and warriors had to submit to their judgment. Their presence in myth serves as a reminder that fate was inescapable in ancient Greece, an unbreakable law governing the universe. But how did fate shape the lives of Greece's greatest heroes? Among the most tragic figures in Greek mythology is Oedipus, the Theban king whose fate was sealed before he was even born. His parents, King Laius and Queen Jocasta, received a prophecy. Their son would one day kill his father and marry his mother. Horrified, they attempted to thwart fate, abandoning the infant in the wilderness with his feet pierced. Yet fate cannot be avoided, only delayed. Oedipus survived, raised by a different royal family, never knowing his true origins. When he learned of a prophecy that he was fated to kill his father, he fled, believing his adoptive parents to be at risk. On his journey, he encountered an older man on the road, and after a heated argument, Oedipus killed him, unaware that the man was his true father, King Laius of Thebes. Later, after solving the riddle of the Sphinx, he was rewarded with the throne of Thebes and married the widowed queen, Jocasta, his own mother. In trying to escape fate, Oedipus had walked directly into its grasp, fulfilling every part of the prophecy he had sought to avoid. His life became a tragic testament to the power of the Moirai, proof that no man, however wise or well-intentioned, can alter what is woven into the fabric of time. Even those who embraced fate could not change its outcome. No hero embodies this more than Achilles, the greatest warrior of the Greeks. From birth, his mother Thetis knew he was fated to die young. To protect him, she dipped him into the river Styx, granting him near invincibility, and hid him away on the island of Syros. But the fates had already measured his thread. Odysseus eventually discovered him, and he was given a choice: a long, uneventful life or eternal glory at the cost of an early death. He did not hide forever. Achilles chose glory over longevity, leading the Greeks to victory in the Trojan War, but sealing his own fate. The prophecy was fulfilled when an arrow, guided by Apollo, struck his only vulnerable spot, his heel. Achilles' legend lived on, but so too did the undeniable power of the Moirai. But not all fates are tied to war and tragedy. Some are bound by love. Orpheus, the legendary musician, lost his beloved Eurydice to death. Overcome with grief, he descended into the underworld, his music so powerful that it moved Hades and Persephone to grant him a chance to bring her back. There was only one condition: He must not look back until they had both reached the surface. As they ascended, doubt crept into Orpheus's mind. Was Eurydice truly behind him? Did he trust the god's word? At the very last moment, just as the light of the living world touched his face, he turned, and in that instant, she vanished. It was always his fate to fail. The Moirai had already woven his grief into his story, and though he had come so close, his destiny could not be undone. If anyone could resist the Moirai, surely it would be the gods themselves. And yet, even Zeus, the ruler of Olympus, feared what was foretold. A prophecy warned that one day, Zeus himself would be cast down by one of his own children, just as he had overthrown Cronus. Afraid to face his destiny, he swallowed his first wife, Metis, to prevent her from giving birth to a son. But fate is not so easily defied. Metis's child, Athena, was stillborn, bursting forth from Zeus's forehead, fully grown and armored. The cycle has not yet been completed, but the prophecy remained. Even Herodotus, the great Greek thinker, said, "It is related that the Pythian prophetess spoke as follows:
The fated destiny it is impossible even for a god to escape."
This is why the Greeks both feared and respected fate. It was a force beyond all others, a reminder that no matter how strong, wise, or cunning one may be, some things are beyond control. Some Greek texts claim that Zeus's will is always fulfilled, while others argue that gods are subject to fate. This ambiguity is what makes Greek mythology so fascinating. It leaves room for interpretation and debate. Perhaps the real lesson of the Greek myth of the Moirai is not about trying to escape destiny, but about facing it with courage, knowing that every thread, however brief or long, has its place in the grand tapestry of existence. Greek and later philosophers continued debating for centuries about destiny, influencing modern religions. If our lives are predetermined, can we still be held accountable for our actions? Or is our struggle against fate what gives meaning to life? These questions remain unanswered.